Everybody, I'm Aaron Bucheister. I helped record and produce Dirk Schwenk's new song, Hey Miss America. So yeah, Dirk is working on a couple songs with me, and we had a tracking date to do, I think we did like 3 or 4 songs in that day. And again, he asked, like, who do you think you should get for drums and bass? And I said, well, let's get Graham Furness on bass and whoever he thinks on drums. So he chose John Tamakis for drums, and we recorded my first day having a new drum room. So it's the room right there, and maybe I'll show some videos of it later. But it's a work in progress. So I run a snake from here, my desk, through the hallway and out to that room, and there's a video camera, like a security camera in there, and a TV monitor, and then there's a security camera and a TV monitor in here, so that, you know, like a real studio, we can have serious separation between things. I was just running into too many problems where, like, you know, whatever. But it's nice to have a drum booth finally. So let's see. Yeah, they did a great job on this song, really brought it to life. And you know, we were working on this song and whatever, like, Hey Miss America. And then all of a sudden, Kamala Harris becomes the nominee. And Dirk is a very active political person. And all of a sudden he goes, you know what, this song feels like it's got some energy about Kamala Harris. We should try to get this out before the election. So all of a sudden, this production went into overdrive of like, we got to get this done as soon as possible. And everyone was very excited about it, or, you know, Meg and Dirk and I. So yeah, I finished mixing this on vacation in Nashville with my VSX headphones, which was super fun. And we sent it to Mike Mansour, and he did such a good job mastering this song that, like, I don't even want to show you the song without his mastering, because, like, you know, some engineers don't want the mastering engineer to do much. I trust Mike pretty completely, and I say, dude, go for it. Like, whatever changes you think it needs, don't hesitate, or like tell me and I'll fix it in the mix. So he sent something back that is, like, to me, pretty radically different, but, like, in a freaking awesome way. Maybe with just, like, a lot more low end, but it's just, like, louder. I've done this with several people, brought them over and compared my mix to his mix, like, level matched, and, like, people, their eyes they're like, that's the same mix? What the heck? So, dude, thank you, Mike Mansour. So we're going to be hearing the mix today, but eventually I'll play you the master. Maybe I'll put the master under me talking right here. So, yeah. So I kind of wanted... Dirk was like, I want this to sound like 90s. So I kind of went with a little third eye. We played around early on with some, like, well, should this be Matchbox 20, or should it be, you know, well, whoever from the 90s, Counting Crows. It kind of ended up being more like Third Eye Blind, which I love. Oh, and this is fun too. Pretty late in the game, Dirk had to contact this guy Dennis Wage, Grammy Award-winning keyboard player, and I'll just send him, we'll just send him songs and he'll put keyboards on them. So Dennis just put B3 on this from his home. It's great.
Hey, Miss America, the night is gone and the sun is up.
I did end up using a couple drum samples on this. Let's see what they're doing. So there's the snare. So this is just for a little bit of psst, that frequency. I probably could have done without it. Let's see. Try to get that like Eric Valentine kick drum. So there's no samples on the kick. Here's a kick in. Here's a kick out. Meg Murray on the vocals. That's my real Third Eye Blind moment right there. Let's see. Graham's bass. What did I do to it? A tiny bit of multiband compression and a little bit of weird EQ. Get out of the way of the guitars. That's it. I put a ton of stuff on here to start with, and then I took it all off. Because Graham's awesome. Meg's vocals. And you know, we're kind of doing this thing where like these songs have never been played out really, like kind of writing the parts in the studio. So Meg's a super pro, but like, you know, any comping or multiple takes is really just because like we are writing it. Let's see. I unlabeled all these guitars.
Hey, Miss America, you're so damn fine, it brings me to tears. Time keeps passing on.
Acoustic.
Eating our fears. But they're figments after all. They walk.
Here's my guitar solos. I had done a scratch guitar solo that turned out pretty good, and Dirk had some ideas about, you know, things we should try in the solo. So we ended up kind of making like a 3. It's kind of like the Beatles, The End, you know, where like 3 guitar players each take a little turn. So this is my Doug Pettibone, which is, you know, that's the scratch guitar solo, the part. I replayed that on a Les Paul. And here's like the edge, just like doing a single note thing. Nope. And then here's like the guy from Journey. And I did some like shreddier things that just didn't make it, I guess. So here's all those solos together. And this is fun. I had a Juno synth with some tremolo. And what else? Baritone guitar. Slide right here. Then another guitar. And the choir. Oh, I don't know if anyone ever noticed this. Pick Scrapes, quintessential 90s. Alright, so then we had this big choir at the end. And here's a secret. Meg did such a great job, but it was so much Meg that Rachel, my girlfriend, was sitting on the couch back there, and I said, "Rachel, can you sing some. So Rachel's in here too. Rachel, 2 tracks of Rachel, and I even sang 2 tracks. It just thickens it up a little bit in a way that's not all Meg. Because a choir is not one person, it's multiple people that are different. So the timing of these is a bit looser than Meg's, but that's kind of what gives it a... what else did I do? Dirk has massive hands, so his claps sound great. And then I did even add some sample claps. And I played tambourine on this, totally last minute. Just give that end a little bit extra energy. And I call this the Bertling tambourine. It's the one Nick Bertling recommended to me, so it will forever be called that. And Dirk doesn't know this, but I added some Nashville acoustic guitar in here, just for a little high-end shimmer. I never told anybody about that. And so then, good Lord, the master is so loud. It's so good. All right. So now it's, yeah.
The night is gone and the sun is up and
Mike Mansour on the master. So here's something controversial. Dirk wanted the song done and published. So he had other people working on the video, and the video got finalized before the master came in. So the video has just my mix, but the master is what's on the streaming services and Spotify and whatever. So I wish the video had the master, because the master is so much better. But oh well. Sounds great. Dennis Wage on the organ. And I love what Dennis did. He sent B3 Simple and then B3 More, and he said the More version is the. He said if it was my record, this is what I would do. Which I love that. When I do pedal steel, I try to send people like a dead simple version, and then like version that I think is cool, which is often way too much. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Great job, John Tamakos and Graham. You stop. Nice floor tom sound. Yeah, so super fun. Thank you, Dirk, for working with me on this one, or for having me work with you. And it was really fun to have a quick deadline and like some momentum. And saying, we need to finish this in the next week and a half. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, all my songs that I work on by myself for my own band or whatever, there's no deadline. No one's waiting for it. So, you know, there's some songs we recorded 2 years ago that are still being worked on, and some songs I recorded 10 years ago that are still being worked on. But it's great to have a deadline. That's the lesson from this song, is a good deadline is important to finishing things. So thanks. Go check this song out. The video is pretty fun, but then also listen to it on Spotify and get that mastered version. Cool. Dirk Schwenk. Hey, Miss America. Hell yeah.